Shalom, shalom, family. It's your brother Yaakov, Woodrow, whichever one you would prefer. Back again with another message. This one hit home for me, so hopefully and prayerfully, it'll hit home also for somebody out there. That's what we do it for. This one is called Don't Let the Same Snake Bite You Twice. There's a quote that says, never refriend a person that tried to destroy your character, your money, or your relationship. A snake only sheds its skin to become a bigger snake. Now, I already know what some of you good church folks is going to say. Forgive, forgive, forgive. And you're going to take me to Matthew 18:21 and 22. It says, Then Peter came to him and said, Master, or Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? 2 or up to 7 times? The Messiah saith unto him, I say not until to thee up till 7 times, but up till 70 times 7. New Living Translation. No, not 7 times, the Messiah replied, but 70 times 7. Or you might suggest Matthew 6:15. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. New Living Translation. But if you refuse to forgive others, your Father will not forgive your sins. And we don't want that. But answer me a question. In both of those instances, well, no, answer me a question. Let me point this out to you. Sorry about that. In both of those instances, the key word is forgive. So let's get the definition of forgive. First definition, to cease to feel resentment against an offender. Pardon. Second definition, to give up resentment or claim to requital, which means compensation or retaliation. Verse 3, to grant relief from payment, basically like to forgive a debt. You forgive it, like don't even worry about it, you ain't gotta pay me. Now, in any of these definitions, here go the question. Did you see anything that says you have to hang with or be around that person whom you have forgiven? Because I didn't. In fact, there's another wise saying that says, you can forgive someone without welcoming them back into your life. Apology accepted, access denied. And another that says, forgiveness does not require reconnection. Y'all still with me? Or y'all over there saying, oh, Brother Woodrow, you too hard. Okay, let's do it like reading Rainbow. Shout out to LeVar Burton. You don't have to take my word for it. Boom, boom. Let's get it from Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 8, verse 10. Kindle not the coals of a sinner, lest thou be burnt with the flame of his fire. Good News Translation. You should not provide a sinner with more opportunity to sin. You might get hurt yourself. It's as easy as getting burnt while adding logs into a fire. So just like they throwing logs in there to make the fire burn brighter and burn higher, next thing you know, come out and singe your nose hairs. Or maybe worse. So be clear, man. This is a clear warning to all the flying monkeys out there. When you help someone do something bad to someone else, they just might be plotting to get you next. Another wise saying goes, even the ones you think, nah, they'll never do me like that, will do you like that. Trust me, I used to hang with people and observe them being two-faced to others, and I just swore, like our relationship was different. Like, oh, nah, they would never do me like that. But when I tell you, when they no longer needed me and my presence no longer served a purpose, they definitely did me the same exact way. Another quote real quick, similar but not quite the same. People say, I would never. Then here they come, nevering like they never before. Now, I'm not a hood dude by any means or any stretch of the imagination. My zip codes might say otherwise, but if anything, I grew up in the hood, but not of the hood. Like they say, in the world, but not of the world. I definitely wasn't of the hood, man, for real. First off, I was a geek, just like I am now. You can see the classes. I've been a geek in the square all my life, so I wasn't accepted in the hood circles. And then number two, I wasn't really allowed to come out the porch, so it's only but so hood you could be on the porch. And can't come down. You get to talking trash. Somebody want to see you. You want to see them. You can't even come out the porch. So ain't so much you could do for real. But I know my share of people that would qualify as hood people or whatever and was well accepted. And when I tell you, I always get leery or suspicious whenever somebody tell me, I'll kill somebody over you, yo. I'll kill somebody for you, yo. And I mean, some people probably do mean what they say. First of all, I don't want nobody killed. And I would never want to put anybody in a position or predicament or as though anything like that would be necessary. I pray the Most High to protect me and all my loved ones and, from anything like that, for real. But secondly, everybody who ever told me something like that, I turn around and I see them hanging with my adversaries. And they all smiling and grinning together. What Monique say? Make it make sense. Save your breath. Dude, I used to know way back in the day, used to say, man, save your breath. You might be able to get a little couple extra words out when you on your deathbed, but it's your time to go. Now, you gotta tell people stuff like that, man. Just craziness, man. I don't even want that energy around me, for real. My mama told me birds of a feather flock together. So be all the way 100. I don't trust nobody that say that from based on my personal experiences. Somebody else's experience might be different, but mine's, nah. Sirach chapter 6, verses 6 and 7 say, be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. This verse 7, if thou wouldest have a friend, prove him first, or test him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Good News Translation. Exchange greetings with many, but take advice from only one person of 1,000. I might be cool, it might be cool, dab it up with folks and say what's up, give them a head nod, and basically say lay hands silently with no man, so you might want to slow it down even on the dabbing. That's the note to self. Slow down with the dabbing, but just give a head nod, yo, what's up, you. But have but one counselor out of 1,000, man. Don't trust everybody. Don't tell everybody your business. Don't get advice from everybody. Most people you can't trust no further than you can see them. Verse 7, when you make friends, don't be quick to trust them. Make sure they have proved themselves. Now, how much more should you not trust someone who has already proven themselves to be other than a friend? If it tell you to do that, say guard yourself against your enemies and take heed of your friends. So guard yourself against your enemies, man. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha chapter 12, verses 10 and 11. Verse 10, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as though thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. This is the Good News Translation of the same thing. Never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. Verse 11. Watch out and be on guard against him, even if he acts ever so humble. Like some people will play the role real good. I know some people that can make themselves cry, but deep down they still on the same time that they was on before. It says, verse 12, set an enemy. No, let's do verse 11 again. Watch out and be on guard against him, even if he acts ever so humble. There's more to it. Sorry about that. He is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Verse 12. Set an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your place of honor. I've had people that I sat next to me, and they took credit for things that I did, put themselves in the position that I was in. Said, put him next to you, sorry about that. My little learned accent. I learned from imitating people, but I need to say words so people can understand, because people reading along with me here. And he will overthrow you. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words, these words we just read, and be stung with regret when you remember them. Verse 13. Nobody feels sorry for snake charmers or wild animal tamers who get bitten. These days, everybody do. Everybody feels sorry for everybody except for the ones who try and do right. They the only ones that really get no sympathy. Verse 14, and nobody will feel sorry for you if you run around with sinners and get involved in their wrongdoing, especially if those who get you involved in the wrongdoing or whatever, or the ones that you fall a victim to, are rich, or if they have some type of clout or something like that. Then in that case, it will always be the poorest or the least famous or the one with the least clout. It'll be their fault in the court of public opinion, for real. This is Proverbs 27:6. Friends mean well, even when they hurt you. Like, they hurt you by mistake, or if they tell you some truth that might hurt your feelings a little, something like that. If they're a friend, they meant well. But when an enemy puts his arm around your shoulder, watch out. And that's from the Good News Translation of Proverbs 27:6. So, like one of my favorite audios say on IG, run. Run. Probably butchering it, but somebody know what I meant. Forgiveness is for you. Holding on to wrath and bitterness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. So definitely forgive, to answer the question. Definitely forgive. Let go of that anger, let go of that stress, but hold on to the lessons that they taught you. And like I said in the beginning, never let the same snake bite you twice. Or none of their buddies either. Don't be dumb. Like you say right here, I forgive you, but stay away from me. With that being said, much love. May the Most High bless and keep each and every one of you. Thank y'all for tuning in. Do me a favor and hit that like button so that it can send it out and more people can get these messages. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to leave your brother a comment, because I'll do my best to answer each and every one of those also. Much love for y'all once again. And most high willing, we'll get together next week. Sorry it's so late posting this time, but this Sabbath, I really used it to do the real definition of the Sabbath, rest. I laid there and I watched content from a lot of my favorite content creators, and I watched some scripture readings and stuff like that, got some word up in me. But other than that, I really was just laid out. So that's why it's late. No excuses, but just the truth and the facts. But like I said, most high willing, we'll get together again real soon. And use wisdom in everything you do, man. Wisdom and knowledge over emotionalism all day, every day. And anything somebody say, prove it by the scriptures, and you should be good. Love y'all. Most high willing, we'll meet again real soon. Shalom.